Zhang Yi makes a critical satellite phone call to Bian Junwu just as the Jiangnan investigation team is less than 10 kilometers from the Tianhai city border. He directly informs the team captain that he has discovered another massive zombie horde, larger and more ferocious than any previously encountered, located in the deepest subway tunnels of the remote Aoshan district. Bian Junwu's icy composure cracks upon hearing this. A complex mix of fury and validation washes over him as his earlier suspicions are confirmed. The apparent resolution of the zombie crisis was an illusion, a deliberate scheme to deceive his team into leaving. He immediately orders Bailey Changqing to stop their snowmobile and turn around, commanding a course for Zhang Yi's shelter in Yuelu district. During the tense ride back, Bian Junwu was seized by a violent, lung-racking coughing fit. He coughs bright red blood into his palm, a stark reminder of the terminal price paid for his powerful ability. His team looks on with grave concern, but Bian Junwu dismisses their sadness, insisting on absolute rationality as they face this renewed threat. Several hours later, the investigation team's vehicle arrives at Zhang Yi's shelter. The atmosphere is immediately charged. Wu Di, his unexplained hostility towards Zhang Yi flaring, confronts him directly, threatening severe consequences if he is playing games with him. Zhang Yi calmly ignores Wu Di's bluster, understanding that the only opinions that matter belong to Bian Junwu and his deputy. He respectfully invites Bian Junwu and Bailey Changqing inside his home, having already prepared for their arrival. After ushering them into the living room and dismissing his own family members to ensure privacy, Zhang Yi prepares to present his findings. Bailey Changqing, his usually gentle smile absent, underscores the gravity of the situation, stating that the higher-ups in Blizzard City are deeply concerned and that this is no subject for jokes. Zhang Yi acknowledges this solemnly and promises to show them concrete evidence, setting the stage for a pivotal briefing that could reshape the fate of Tianhai City. Zhang Yi presented the video footage captured by his concealed mechanical rat, displaying it on a large screen for the solemn members of the Jiangnan investigation team. The grainy images showed subway tunnels densely packed with slumbering zombies, a hidden army numbering in the tens of thousands. The revelation sent a palpable chill through the room. Wu Di was struck silent, his usual hostile threats dying before they could form. The team understood the terrifying implication. This was not a natural phenomenon but a deliberate concealment, a trap they had nearly driven away from and fallen into. With sincere worry etched on his face, Zhang Yi addressed them, admitting his own terror at the discovery. He framed his request as a desperate plea for their indispensable aid, the only hope for Tianhai City, and even joked about seeking refuge in Blizzard City if they refused. Bian Junwu, his expression hidden behind dark sunglasses, probed for details. He asked how many others knew of this and voiced the critical suspicion: was a human force behind it all? Zhang Yi played the part of a helpless amateur, shaking his head and claiming ignorance, stating that finding the horde was sheer luck. He sighed deeply, portraying a man ready to abandon his home. When Bian Junwu stated that Zhang Yi's forces would also need to contribute, Zhang Yi feigned reluctance, citing the catastrophic losses suffered by the other local factions. The exchange was a dance of concealed motives. Bian Junwu declined Zhang Yi's offer of hospitality and led his team out, their inherent caution and newfound suspicion of Zhang Yi preventing any further trust. Alone at his window, watching their vehicle disappear into the snowy landscape, Zhang Yi's demeanor shifted. The guilt in his eyes was real, but so was his resolve. He had deliberately shown the investigators only a fraction of the truth. The actual zombie horde lurking in the Aoshan district tunnels was far more massive than what the video depicted. His calculated deception was a survival tactic. Revealing the full horror might have scared the team into a full retreat, sabotaging his plan to entangle their powerful forces against Yuan Kongya. "Don't blame me, I'm just trying to survive," he whispered to the empty room, solidifying his role as a pragmatic manipulator in a brutal world. Inside the investigation team's snowmobile, a heavy silence prevailed. Their brief sense of victory had evaporated, replaced by the grim weight of a prolonged and more dangerous mission. Bian Junwu, concealed behind his glasses, wrestled with a critical strategic choice. One path was safety, returning to Blizzard City to request substantial reinforcements from Jiangnan headquarters, but this meant admitting failure and jeopardizing their mission points, the currency of survival for their families. The other path was risk, relying on themselves and the depleted local forces to attempt another decapitation strike. After intense internal deliberation, Bian Junwu's pride and tactical caution led him to a decision. He ruled out an immediate call for help, stating that causing trouble for headquarters was unacceptable without clearer intelligence. His order was firm: they would first conduct their own reconnaissance of the Aoshan district site Zhang Yi had identified. Bailey Changqing's question about involving local forces hung in the air, unanswered, as the team prepared to verify the threat with their own eyes before committing their next move. Inside their rugged vehicle, the Jiangnan investigation team grappled with the shocking implications of Zhang Yi's revelation. Bailey Changqing's suggestion to call for reinforcements was flatly rejected by Captain Bian Junwo, whose icy demeanor solidified into a decisive order. He voiced the terrifying possibility that the zombie crisis was not a natural disaster but a deliberate, man-made plot, and that the mastermind likely belonged to one of Tianhai City's 5 major factions. This cast a solemn pall over the team. Wu Di, his usual hostility resurfacing, pointed the finger directly at Zhang Yi, citing his faction's suspicious lack of casualties. Bailey Changqing countered, arguing Zhang Yi had no motive, ample supplies, and had proactively alerted them actions incompatible with being the provocateur. With no concrete intelligence, Bian Junwo cut the debate short, directing the team to drive to Aoshan district to see the truth for themselves. Back within the warm, secure confines of Yuelu Manor, Zhang Yi sat alone on the living room sofa, the rhythmic click of a silver lighter punctuating his heavy thoughts. The flame burned, sharp and blue like a blade. He had successfully deceived the investigation team into heading toward the epicenter, a move that would inevitably trigger the eruption of the hidden zombie horde. The final, city-destroying battle was now imminent, and he needed to maintain control to ensure survival, his own, and that of his people. The time for secrecy was over. He instructed the shelter AI, Xiao AI, to summon everyone to the living room immediately. Curiosity and a tinge of dread filled the air as the residents gathered, their brief period of peace shattered by the urgent assembly. Only Yang Xinxin, maneuvering her wheelchair away from her console, understood the gravity of the moment. Facing his gathered team, Zhang Yi did not mince words. He calmly unveiled the horrific truth: the Tianhai City zombie crisis was a man-made conspiracy. For half an hour, he dissected the intricate plot, starting from Dr. Zhou Kor's discovery of Yuan Kongya's multiple supernatural abilities, leading to his own confirmation of the massive zombie army lying in wait within the Aoshan district tunnels. The story was so convoluted it left his listeners in a stunned, eerie silence, struggling to process the scale of the deception. Yang Xia, realizing the ice soul implanted within her marked her for death, turned pale with fear. Zhang Yi assured her that, if his predictions held, Yuan Kongya's plan would fail. When Liang Yu voiced the daunting question of who could possibly defeat a being empowered by dozens of absorbed superhuman abilities, Zhang Yi revealed his ultimate strategic gambit. He placed his hands under his chin and stated with grave seriousness the name he had risked everything to keep in the city, Bian Junwo. He believed the captain of the Jiangnan investigation team was the only one capable of being their final weapon against the sect leader. Zhang Yi solidified his reliance on Bian Junwo as the crucial counter to Yuan Kongya's conspiracy. He acknowledged the immense power of Bian Junwo's pupil technique, which had proven effective against zombie kings despite its severe physical toll, and admitted his own plan was ethically questionable but necessary for survival. Gathering his team in the shelter, he delivered a stark briefing. He explained that their enemies could be both the zombie horde and the snow worship cult, a statement that erased any lingering humor from the room. He outlined the worst-case scenario: if the military forces failed, they would have to immediately evacuate Tianhai City, abandoning their fortified sanctuary. He instructed non-combatants to remain dressed and ready to flee at a moment's notice, while combatants were to stay on constant alert for his orders. With a calm yet fatalistic air, Zhang Yi leaned back, stating he had done all he could and the rest was in fate's hands. After clasping his hands in a brief prayer, he took out his satellite phone and activated the remote signal for the mechanical rat hidden in the tunnels. Meanwhile, deep within the damp and muddy subway tunnels of Aoshan district, Bian Junwo and his 6-person Jiangnan investigation team arrived at the coordinates provided by Zhang Yi. Proceeding with extreme caution, Meng Xiyu employed her ability to scout the area, her power covering a 3-kilometer radius. What she saw made her expression turn grave. Countless zombies lay densely packed in the murky environment, a slumbering army of at least tens of thousands. She reported this terrifying find to the team. While concerned, the veterans were not panicked, understanding the habits of dormant hordes. Bian Junwo made a tactical decision: they would retreat to the surface and request a missile strike from the Jiangnan region to obliterate the horde from a distance, as engaging it directly was impossible. Just as the team agreed and began their withdrawal, a deep, rumbling roar echoed from the tunnel's depths, shaking the ground beneath their feet. Bailey Changqing shouted in alarm. Somehow, despite their precautions, the zombie horde had detected them and was now surging forward like a catastrophic flood. The team's composure shattered into urgent action. Bian Junwo barked the order to run for the surface. As they sprinted for their lives, the monstrous tide of corpses closed in behind them. The horde was not just vast, it was horrifyingly varied. Among the seething mass of standard zombies were enormous, bronze-armored corpses, and soaring above the torrent were winged, bronze-armored flying zombies, their forms cutting through the stale tunnel air as they pursued the fleeing special ops team, transforming a reconnaissance mission into a desperate fight for survival.